if you can tell us a little bit about the origins of Fingerboard Farms and just your journey into the hemp industry.
I'd be happy to tell you. So we began as a Airbnb originally 7 years ago, and we'd have guests come to the farm, and we weren't cultivating yet at the time, and we really saw that there was a tremendous need in the agritourism to make this farm more than what it was. I was suffering horrible Lyme disease, chronic Lyme, and was introduced to CBD, and it was a miracle for me. So as soon as I saw the benefits of hemp CBD, I dove in and decided I'm going to go in and get a cultivation license as soon as it was available. And at that time, we had to go through a university, so I went with Morgan State University as a pilot program farm. So the first year was just blindly not knowing what we were doing. Nobody did. Nobody knew what they were doing. So I just a lot of studying from cannabis cultivators on best practices. So I silly did 3 acres, not knowing how hard, how difficult, and how backbreaking it was, and I didn't have help, so did it myself. I had a few friends help me plant, but the day-to-day operations were on me. And hand tilling and hand watering the first year was brutal on 3 acres. Harvest was fun. We had a lot of people come out and harvest and help us get everything to a drying facility. That's what we did our first year. Didn't really understand the proper method, so I just thought I'd take it someplace that offered that service. So ended up with a lot of beautiful flower. So much flower, I didn't even know what to do with it. We weren't geared up for formulating or extraction. It was, here I have a bunch of flower, what am I going to do with it? So kind of then started diving into, well, what's the least expensive way to extract this and the safest way, not knowing what we were doing. So we decided to get into cold water extraction. So we made bubble hash. So our products were made from just good old-fashioned, old-school washing, using really, really clean reverse osmosis water and freezing cold temperatures and getting the best of the best out of that flour. So taking that and moving it into the freeze drying, and then the end product is a beautiful bubble hash that can be used to make products. So that's the way we went, and so far so good. And then we ventured out and using BHO to make our products as well, and we're moving into hydrocarbon extraction, so we'll be able to do the full line of live rosin, resin, waxes, you name it, and we'll be right along with everybody else on some really cool additional products that we're currently making.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the hurdles that you face coming into the hemp industry and some of the ways that you've been able to kind of mitigate some of those issues?
Sure. Well, I guess the very first thing was not having direction and knowing what we were doing, and I think a lot of bootstrapping and baby steps. Thank goodness, because I didn't get in debt. So I've done this watching every penny and making sure we didn't have any financial losses. So I'm glad that I didn't come into it with a lot of cash, because I don't think I would have been able to pay it back. So it's really rewarding to be able to make people feel better naturally. So I think the biggest hurdles have been taking it to the next level and being able to do all the things we want to do without a budget to do it. So it's being it's hard to be able to take that next step without a lot of capital. So the rate of return on the investment takes a long time when you have a little cash to start with.
So how do you feel the reception has been overall throughout your journey, from the community, from industry peers, just all of that?
It's been fantastic. I was really lucky. I had an opportunity to step in with my first dispensary here in Frederick at Cannabis. I had a relationship with them. My background is commercial real estate, so I happened to have leased that space to them during the process of my real estate career. So I had a relationship. When they knew that I was local and knew me already, that I was farming hemp and making CBD products, they were my first dispensary client. and from there it spread. So we're now in 5 Maryland dispensaries, and really, really happy to be able to continue that wholesale accounts. But our main business really is our e-commerce site. So that is what generates the constant cash flow that's needed to keep the company rolling and taking us to the next level.
What do you feel like helps to set Fingerboard apart from, other hemp farms?
I think that our small batch and love that we put into our products really sets us apart. We really care about each plant and each product as if it's our baby, and the love that is put into those products and the flower really shows.
What are you most excited about concerning the future of the hemp industry and even the cannabis industry as a whole here in Maryland?
I'm really excited to step into adult use and continue my CBD business. I really believe that 1-to-1 or CBD ratios with THC is the future. I don't necessarily think really high THC is what people need for healing. The combination of CBD with THC is the direction that I know we want to go. I think the product lines moving into the future are going to be so expansive with food and beverage. Once that opens up, I believe that as a farm and opportunities that we have to take advantage of all of the space we have, growing so many other ingredients, I think is going to help us in the end. We grow elderberries, we have a vegetable garden, we make products that are all organic. We're not certified yet, but everything is organic. We don't use any herbicides or pesticides. And we do everything we can to replenish and help build our soil. I'm really, really looking at strains that offer terpenes that are going to suit individuals. So we have two plots that we're growing on, and one we're continually finding which strains produce which terpenes at the highest levels, and we're going to concentrate our products based on those. So for sleep, for energy, for inflammation, for anxiety. So we're studying and learning more and more about which terpenes and which products we will formulate to fit the needs of our customers. It's a huge one for us. We're really looking hard into the strains that have high in myrcene. So we grow a particular strain, Dawn, that we use for our RSO or FICO, which is highly concentrated CBD, and the myrcene levels are it can't get any better. So that product really helps people with sleep. And we have another Midnight Magic that has melatonin. So the combination of melatonin and CBD together, and utilizing the terpenes and additional terpenes that we use to formulate that product. It's a miracle for people that haven't been able to get a good night's sleep. And if they buy it and buy it and buy it over again.
So what are some things that our patient community might be surprised to know about hemp and the hemp industry?
Very little income. It's not the big money maker that people think it is, and that's just not me. Maybe the big boys that are the Charlotte's Web of the hemp and CBD industry are making money, but it really is. It's a passion. It's we're here to help people and help us learn, and we continually are researching and trying to find best business practices and growing practices and best ways to formulate. So that's probably the most surprising and interesting thing is we do it out of love. We really do.
So is there anything else that you'd like to share with our community about the farm, about yourself, about your journey, about the products, or is there anything else that you would like them to know?
Gosh, I could go on all day.
Yeah, I know it's pretty broad. So
I could go on all day because I'm such a believer in this. I think this plant medicine, it really is the future of not just our bodies, healing our bodies, but healing the earth. And the amount of carbon that hemp pulls out from the air and back into the soil, which our soil is so depleted of carbon. Moving into the future of large agriculture, we're going to be using hemp for not only food, medicine, we're going to be using it for plastics, for wood, for biofuels, for building concrete. It's endless. There's over 1 million uses for hemp, batteries. I mean, it goes on and on. So I think the more and more we get to research and learn additional uses for the plant, I think that we're going to be really helping to clean the earth up and heal people at the same time. And that's what's really exciting. I think I'm a pioneer in this industry, and I'm so excited to be here. I will always grow hemp and formulate CBD, moving into THC, but hemp really is a passion.
Perfect. So what are your favorite products that you produce, and what are some future products that you can kind of share that you're working on that isn't too confidential right now?
The calming cream, the bath salts, and the midnight magic. Those are my go-tos almost every day. Oh, the watermelon gummies. Oh gosh, yeah. Watermelon gummies, I take them a couple times a day. Midnight magic and calming cream, and I am a bath girl, so I go through many bags of the bath salts each week. So those are my go-to favorites. As far as products, we recently launched a really great new product. I don't think you guys have it yet, but it's CBD suppositories. They're 100 milligrams per suppository, and women are saying that it's just life-changing for them for menstrual cramps, abdominal pain. So really excited to start marketing that product and getting it out there. So that's a big new product that we're very proud of. As far as the future, we're really concentrating on right now our cultivation and soon to be harvesting, and we're going to be so crazy busy drying and curing and caring for the hemp that's in the ground right now. So probably won't be making any new products until after the first of the year. So right now it's the concentration and love of the flower is what we are on right